One of the things you're going to want to hedge are interest rate changes. And this becomes an issue when you definitely choose those floating exchange rates. One way that you can look at an interest rate hedge is by using what we call an interest rate swap. Now, there are numerous types of interest rate swaps. All right, and matter of fact, the next two slides will list all of them. There are 7 of them listed in your textbook. But basically, what you're doing with an interest rate swap is a country takes a loan with a floating exchange rate. They want to hedge against interest rate changes. So it buys an interest rate swap, it enters into an interest rate swap with a bank. All right. So let's say that the company agrees to pay in this loan 4% interest, fixed interest. And the bank agrees to pay a floating interest rate based on the SOFR. At a given time, based on the contract that is entered, both groups will determine what the current interest rate is. If the SOFR falls to 3.5%, then the company pays the difference between the fixed rate and the change. So they're going to pay the bank 0.5% interest. If, on the other hand, the SOFR goes up to, say, 5%, then the bank will pay the company 2%. So do you see how with these payments, although the company has a floating rate on their loan, this interest rate swap is really fixing their rate at 4%. If the rate falls to 3.5, then the bank makes money. If the interest rate goes up, then the company is protected and the bank pays the difference. So there is an advantage to doing this. But again, as with everything, there are problems. Now, I'm not saying those problems make the swap unworkable. It's just problems you need to take into account. The other person may fail if you're not using a bank. If you're using an individual or a company, they may fail to pay what they need to pay. And so you're not protected. It can be costly to cancel the agreement. Once you've put it in place, it could be costly. There could be a penalty involved. So be careful if you're doing this kind of a swap. It's also time and money consuming to find a partner to do this. Not all banks would want to enter into this agreement. So there are disadvantages of doing such a swap, but it may make things better for you. Right? Now, there are numerous types of interest rate swaps, and your book goes through a whole bunch of them. Based on does a certain hypothetical value used to calculate the interest rate, does that increase over time? Does it decrease over time? Do you want to have the ability for the fixed rate payer to cancel? Do you want the ability for the floating rate payer to be able to cancel? All sorts of types of swaps that are available. And again, you're going to want to look into what is the best choice for you and for your company. All right, so what we now have to turn our attention to in our next lecture is how do you finance your international trade? All right, and so we'll look at that in another lecture. Talk to you soon.